So if you're ambitious and you feel you're not progressing in life, chances are that your dopamine levels are not optimized. Now there's a lot of talk about dopamine and dopamine detox, but most videos won't give you the underlying principles. So that's why in today's video I'm going to talk about number 1, why your dopamine levels are hijacked, number 2, how dopamine works, and number 3, how to optimize your dopamine levels with proven tactics. Using those tactics dramatically increase my focus, productivity, and motivation. So to optimize your dopamine levels, you have to first understand how dopamine works. You can think of dopamine like the feel-good chemical in your brain that drives your motivation. It's like the fuel that drives your brain's engine. So in your brain there is this dopamine cycle. It starts with anticipation, peaks at the reward level, and then it drops significantly. To give you an example, let's say you are waiting for a new YouTube video from your favorite creator. So you're checking your phone and your excitement is building up. Is the video released? And then you see, okay, it's not released. Now on the other day, finally the video is released. Now you're watching it, you get hit by dopamine hits. The video had so many jump cuts. It is really stimulating and you feel the excitement even more. And then by the end of the video it drops and then you are at the baseline level again. This is the anticipation, peak, reward and drop cycle. Now generally speaking, this process is normal in our brain, but the problem is in the modern society we have so many opportunities right now to engage in dopamine spiking activities. And the thing with those stimulations like social media, adult films, drugs and other highly stimulating things is they hijack our dopamine level. So our brain is not used to getting so many stimuli throughout the day, and what will happen is you need more stimulation. Every time the video has to be more entertaining in order to keep your attention. That's why they say the modern day drug addict is on his phone every day. Now with all of this, you are probably an ambitious person and you don't want to be enslaved to your phone and other addictions. There is a way out. You have to make a conscious choice to not fall into the traps of modern pleasures. Because if you optimize your dopamine levels, what will happen is you have more focus and an increased attention. You can actually sit down, do the work that you know you need to do in order to achieve your goals without getting distracted as much. Now that you understand the theory and the benefits of optimizing your dopamine levels, let's move on to how to actually do it. The first strategy is digital minimalism. This is the easiest and most effective strategy that you can use right now to optimize your dopamine levels. So reduce your screen time, let go of mindless browsing and social media activities. To give you an example, I have deleted almost all my social media apps on my phone, and this has drastically reduced the screen time for me. Because if you don't see it, you won't click to it. We have to protect our attention. Right now there are so many forces fighting for our attention. We are living in the attention economy. You might not realize this, but advertisers are literally spending millions to keep our attention, to sell products or have some brand awareness. We have to intentionally put friction to it to guard our attention. Now in case it is not practical for you to delete all your social media apps because you are posting on them, I recommend you to hide them. There are many YouTube tutorials that show you how to hide apps so that you don't see it. Now the goal with this is not to eliminate all social media and make it the enemy. Rather, we spend it intentionally, and I recommend you to use your calendar. For example, you could say from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. I have 1 hour where I can guilt-free scroll down social media, catch up with people. That's absolutely fine. Strategy number 2, practice stillness. As you know by now, your brain is highly stimulated in this modern environment. We work from our laptops, we have always social media, notifications, all of that stuff. So that's why we have to get away every day for a short period from all of those activities to reboot our brain. One habit that I like to do on a daily basis is meditation. I meditate almost every day for 10 minutes. Now you don't have to meditate if you are not into it. A nature walk does it too. We have to get away of all of those distractions and all this overstimulation, and nature is one of your best friends. Another way to practice stillness is to literally do nothing. Just try it. Sit down in a quiet room, and if you do this, you'll see how hard it is to sit still and do nothing. Your mind is probably racing, and this happens because you are so used to getting the dopamine hit, the notification, the social media likes, the email. When you practice stillness and you allow yourself to detach from the day-to-day, what will happen is it will slowly rewire your brain. So my challenge to you, practice stillness and digital minimalism for at least 30 days. Remember, the key is intention. Next time when you're wanting to open a social media app or click on a website, ask yourself, do I really want to do this? You have to become the master of your mind and not the slave to it. Next, if you want to triple your productivity while working less, watch this video where I talk about flow.